it's done it a couple times, and I keep them in case I have to send it to somebody. But
Yeah.
I have 3 or 4 or 5 of these.
Yeah, I've never seen that before where it created a second record with your name combined. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
man.
missing the
See,
leads question. You open a support ticket with them.
I did, and they told me I should go high level. No problem. That's why I sent you an email.
Yeah.
See, and you see, and it's got my address, and my information.
That can't be a go high level problem because that's just taking their. Oh, well, no, no. You know what I told you to do? Now it's coming back to me, Steve. So if you go to
Integrations, right?
integrations, did you map the lead form into your CRM?
I did. So do I here, I'll show you again. Let me go to
So what I told Steve guys is listening to leads, all their ads use lead forms. And when they create a lead form, it's important that you come in here and you map the form to the database so it knows where to put everything. But
so when I
it shouldn't be getting, it's got to be somewhere in your profile and listening to leads. Like if all it's doing, Steve, is it's taking, like, for buyers, I don't get any address. Like if it's a buyer, they're just filling out
right.
last name, email, phone number, and they come in as a buyer lead inside my CRM.
So I went into integrations and had the property address that my listing here. And so I mapped that. So I assumed that that would fix it, but now I get I get both. So I don't
Yeah, hit edit map. I mean, edit map is simple. It's just
for
like 4 fields.
for the property.
Yeah. Well, it's not the property. It should be the lead form. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And then see where it says time frame. You didn't map the time frame.
No, where does it say time frame? Oh, right here.
Last
I
question.
didn't
Got to
think
map
I
that. Type in frame.
yeah, I didn't think I needed to map that, but I
Type in time. You don't have buyer timing?
see I couldn't figure out how to map it. That's why I left it blank.
Yeah. So I just added it myself. Um, type in buyer. Yeah, there it is. Buyer timing.
I'll buy your timing.
Yep, that's it. I thought everybody had it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So now that one's done.
you want to do the other two. Make sure you get the buyer timing, so that way, um,
So
well, that
this one's correct, right? Yeah. And then this one. Yeah. So
and then credit score.
okay.
Yeah, but that's strange because that's all that when it comes over, it should just be creating a record. Why your address is appearing on their contact record tells me there's got to be a workflow or something that's doing it.
And where to get my address? Where to get my address
Yeah,
from?
where to get your address?
Yeah. So that I have no idea how that's working.
Yeah, we got to troubleshoot that. That's weird. It's because listening to leads just sends those 4 pieces of data. Here's a contact with a phone number and an email, right? And
Yeah.
one other record, like what's your timing?
Yeah, there's a few of those. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
getting this too. I don't know if anybody else is are getting these. I assume that it's a scam because it
Oh,
keeps saying
that's a total scam. Don't do anything with that.
okay.
That's a
Yeah,
scam.
that's what I thought. So I'll
Yeah.
start deleting those.
Yeah.
So here's the other thing, maybe you can help me fix real quick is oh, let me do this right here. So in staff, when I have my VA or my daughter, right? Whenever I get FISBOs, the FISBOs come in, they automatically get tagged as FISBO, and then it creates an opportunity. Well, she gets a text message every time that happens.
Oh, so
How
that's in
can
the
so that's a
workflow. That's a
workflow problem.
workflow. That's a workflow when we send the notice out. It's probably just set to everybody in the CRM instead of just you. So go to automations.
Yeah, that's I know that's an easy one to fix, but
Yeah. And go
five
to V5 and then go to sellers. Actually,
oh, I don't,
it's now in V6. So do the V6 because you now have the V6 seller, go V6 FISBO. So go into the seller table, seller
this
folder. No, the
the ones
seller folder.
this one.
Yep.
Okay,
And then find the FISBO.
I'll find. Okay,
It's in here. So look for where the notice goes out. So if you go down, you'll see a notification. Scroll down. I just see a bunch of stuff there. Keep going down.
Yeah, I don't think I put a notification on Fizbos. Or maybe you have one. Yeah, I don't. There's no.
No, or it could be, we'll have to look around the workflows. There's probably a workflow when they do an action, like if they open the email is when we create an opportunity and put them on the Fizbo board.
Yeah.
So we'll find it. It's one of the workflows. And then that notification is just set to everybody instead of just you. So that's
Right.
You're getting a notice and Dana's getting a notice.
And I'll look for that. I'll look for that too.
Yeah.
And then my last question, I think is, I think I froze. So I was working on the seller things yesterday, campaigns yesterday that you sent out, right? And my iLists are not, my page is not found. It's getting a 404 for my iList.
So
Does that make
sense? You're saying
the trigger links aren't working. The trigger links aren't working for
go to marketing and then go to trigger links and then type in iList in the search.
And I noticed in the training, yours looks different than mine. So
yeah, they're all wrong. They're the wrong. They're totally wrong. So go into your iList.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what the problem is. So I'll show everybody.
And I started to do it yesterday, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't do it.
Yeah. As I'm doing coming in now I'm just helping Steve, and then we'll go around the horn. So if you go down to go high level, and then email actions, yep. And then grab the home value one, the top one. Just double click and you copy that. Go back to go high level, or go back to the CRM. And then the first one is the home value. Hit the pencil, and then get rid of that stuff and paste the iList into there, and then save. So that fixed that one, and then go back to iList and grab the cash offer, which is the bottom one. Now this is all going to change, guys, because Joe is coming out with the new Falcon stuff. So all these URLs are going to be replaced yet again with a simpler URL. But it's not updated yet. He's a day or two behind. He sent out.
Yeah, I was going to change this on my own last night, but I wasn't sure, so I left it alone.
Yeah.
So how did they become wrong, or how did they?
I don't think they necessarily were wrong. We had put them in custom values originally, and then use the custom value in the trigger link.
Yeah.
Okay, so now these are right?
Now they're right. Now it should work fine.
Marty, where in the Falcon did he go to get those links?
So just this is only like for another day, Sue.
And then we're gonna do something else.
And then we're gonna do it totally different. But in the old iList, you went down to the marketing. Show them where you just got there, Steve. So go down to.
So in iList, and then you go to email marketing database.
But it's
changed. You open that up, Sue, and then at the very top, there's a drop down. You pick go high level.
Go high level. And then email.
And then the email action.
Do we need the SMS?
No.
Okay.
No.
So should I just wait?
Yeah, I would wait because Joe's going to change it like any day now. I think he's to stay behind, but that whole URL structure is going to change with Falcon.
In 2 minutes, can you tell? I haven't been following Joe at all. What is he doing?
Oh, so the new Falcon, Kathleen, you haven't seen it?
No, I've seen the new Falcon, but what is Joe changing right now?
Oh, so Joe's coming out with a whole bunch of new landing pages and then new links for opening up Falcon instead of the old. Because Kathleen, those links that Steve just showed you, take you to the old screen in iList that's home values and cash offers, not Falcon.
Right. So it's just going to be all up
there. New links that'll go to the Falcon screen for home values and offers instead of the old.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So we're going to be getting new links from Joe as soon as he releases it. We'll probably by Wednesday we'll have it, and then Wednesday, if you're on Wednesday's class, I'll make sure everybody resets their links for home values and cash offers for iList so that they work.
Is this any different than what you sent us out on Friday that you did something else?
No, Friday was different. So Friday we're doing, I'm working on seller funnels that are based on motivation. So Sue, I'm going to be building ultimately a divorce, a pre-foreclosure, expired listing funnel that's talking about that seller. And we're using the Mark Spain surveys. So they'll fill out some questions and then we'll get them an offer.
So will you go over again on Friday then how we updated? I got the text and then I wasn't sure what to do, so I thought I didn't want to break anything.
Yeah, so I'll go over today to make sure you guys can get what you want to do is you want to get your emails going to the right place right now. So I'll show everybody today on this call, make sure everybody's trigger links are set right with the new trigger links. And in fact, Steve, I'll just show everybody right now. Go to email, go to marketing and go to back to the CRM and just go to marketing and go to trigger links up top. And if you go to your trigger links, the text I sent out on Friday, based on the call we had on Friday, after the call, I added 6 new trigger links in preparation for the funnels. So to get you ready for the funnels, because what we want to do is we want to use these 6 trigger links in each of the campaigns. So the 14 FSBO emails should be pointing to the FSBO trigger link, and the 14 expired emails should go to the expired trigger link. You follow me? So every seller type now will have a unique link to send them somewhere. So if you type in the word fun, you'll see that these are the ones that I put in there. So that's called ProEdge funnel URL, probate, pre-foreclosure, tired landlord, expired, motivated seller, and FSBO. So what I said in the email or the text, and I sent a video out for everybody, I said for now, until the funnels are ready, this will allow you to get all your emails ready to start using them now and just point them to the old iList cash offer screen because Joe's not ready for us. So if you want to just use the emails as there is, put everybody on the new campaigns, getting all the new V6 emails landing in inboxes. And then when Joe gives us the new link, all we have to do is update this one link and all the emails will work. And then when I give you the funnel, we'll replace the funnel website link with Joe's, and now they'll go to a funnel page. So it'll be much easier to manage. You can edit all your email templates today with these trigger links. So let me show everybody how easy it is. Like for Steve, why don't we look at probate? Right, copy that trigger link right there. There's a little copy next to the trigger link.
Oh, the trigger link. Mm-hmm.
So copy that and then go to emails and go to email templates and go to the V6 probate one. So right there on the top.
Oh, go to emails?
Yep, emails and then templates. Go down to V6 probate. There's the bottom. So you have 14 emails to edit. So start with the top one.
Yeah, I did I did them already.
So what you're doing is in the email, you're going to link your unsubscribe link in the click here. And then on that one there, you're going to point it to the probate trigger link. So you were pointing to somewhere else, Steve.
Oh, I pointed. What did I point it to?
I don't know what you pointed to, but that's the easy way
so this is the part
to do it is once you work with. There's only 6, so work with the probates. Go to those 14. Go back to trigger links. Copy the one for expired. Edit those. Copy the one. Edit those. Right, and you just have to paste them in. It makes it real easy.
Now here's the part that was confusing last night as I did it. So you see when I type in fun for funnels, right? You see, it doesn't tell you which one. So I don't know if this is pre-foreclosure or probate.
Yeah.
I picked one.
That's why instead of that, just type in probate instead of fund.
Oh, okay.
Do a search on probate. There's your probate funnel.
There it is right there. And that should be the same one. Okay.
And it's going to be the same for all 14 emails. So now you just copy that trigger link so you don't have to hit the menu and search each time. Just
Smarty, hold up a second here. This is this particular email is sending it to the scheduled call page.
Yeah, that's fine. So with the trigger link, you do the probate one.
Oh, that's why. That's right.
In the trigger link, you could say for probates, I'm going to send them to my scheduled call page.
That's why it was wrong. That's why it was different, because I did send it to book.
Yeah, you want to. What you want to do is you want to put all the trigger links to the correct email link. So all the probates go to the probate trigger link. All the expires go there. And then if you decide that all the probates, I'm going to send them to, the schedule page, that's what I'll do. But if when I have a funnel for probates, I'm going to send them to the funnel page where I'll talk to them with a video and have a calendar underneath my video to say schedule time on my call. And I'm going to send them to a dedicated page for probate.
That's why, because I put it in a book. There we go. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Can you open that one more time just to see the link? I just want to see it one more time.
Which one?
The link. Just open where you
Yeah, so you highlight the words you want to link, and then there's a link button.
Perfect. Okay.
And then here you just click on the tag.
You want to search for it, so you could just click trigger links on the search.
Yeah.
And then start typing in what you want, like probate or pre-foreclosure.
Well, I was just going to paste it. I just want to know if anything in the title needed to be done, but we can leave that blank.
And then because you're editing every email, also have pasted the unsubscribe trigger link. So that way, every email you highlight the click here, put it on on the unsubscribe, do the next one, save, do the next one. So you're just editing the
Smarty, remember to change check here to click here.
And this unsubscribe should be this one, right? The ProEdge.
Yeah, the ProEdge one. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I did. Okay.
But
don't shut it. Don't shut it. Fix it. It says check here, not click here. And it's in every one. You got to fix them all.
Yep, as you're updating them. So Campbell, what was the multiple? I think that's only on the Mac. What was the tool you used to have multiple copies?
It's the clipboard tool. I'll give it to you again. Hang on.
Yeah, put that in the Zoom chat. If you guys,
I will. Give me 1 second.
Is it like a Chrome extension?
It's an extension that goes actually onto your computer and goes up top in your menu bar. Just give me 1 second. I'll look it up and I'll give it to you right now.
Okay.
Back to my question.
When you're making your edits, you'll have the unsubscribe always copied, so it's easy copy and paste for each email.
Contacts, I should say.
Grab the other ones.
Does that email get to the inbox with all the stuff?
No, it was just
all the testing we did, Brian. They're all getting to the inbox.
So tomorrow I've got a meeting with this
Smarty on that.
Have a wholesaling business.
The wording that you're attaching the link to.
And
we're going through and changing this, and we're going to be sending them to a
on-market acquisitions, agent outreach.
Hey, Julian, should it say something other than click here to schedule a call?
Say that again, Bob.
So where my question goes back to, you're putting the trigger link in for probate, but those particular emails that you're adding it to, it says click here to schedule a call.
Yeah,
if I have an email that says click here to schedule a call, I'm sending it to my schedule page.
So what I'm saying, Bob, instead of having mixed match, I now have dedicated trigger links by seller motivation. And then in the trigger link, you can decide where am I going to send all my probates to my schedule call.
I understand that. I understand that 100%.
Yeah.
But if you're a consumer, you get an email and you click here to schedule a call, and then I take you to a landing page, that's not a good consumer experience. If I click here to schedule a call, they should go to your scheduling page.
Yeah, the verbiage. That's why on the probates, I have them all going to my scheduling page for that exact reason. But if I decide to change it, Bob, and I'm going to do that, like when I have my funnel for probates, I'm going to have a dub video at the top, and it's going to have language around probate in the header, my video, and right below it'll be a calendar. So I'll be like, hey, right below, schedule a call, and I'm glad to help you and your family. So it won't be my regular schedule.
Calendar is going to be on the page.
Yeah, on the funnel. Yeah.
So, but now if you send this out, where's it going?
Well, right now I'm just sending it to my regular calendar page because I don't have the funnel yet.
but that's not what's happening with what Steve's doing. Where's Steve sending it to?
No, I'm sending them to a book. It
But
should
not
say,
on the last one you put the probate in.
well, that's because we were demonstrating and I didn't read it. I just clicked on it and I put yeah, and
No,
I
but
put
guys,
probate,
I made your
and then I
life
saw it says call, so I switched it
Guys, I
back.
made your life easier. All the probates go to the probate trigger link. All the expireds go to the expired trigger link. In the trigger link definition, you could decide where does that go? Does it go to a calendar? Does it go to a funnel? Does it go to a book? Right? So now you have them all set. All my probates are all set. And then I just have to change the trigger link for probate and say now I'm going to go to my new super improved probate funnel that has a video.
It's simply a placeholder is all it is.
It's a placeholder.
A placeholder
saying-
till the
Yeah.
squeeze pages get here.
Yeah.
So you're saying that
So
should
what
be
we're going to
probate?
do then, Smarty, is inside the trigger link, we're going to temporarily put our book of
Yes.
call
Yeah.
URL in there.
Correct.
And then
here.
when we have the funnels, all we got to do is switch it to the funnel.
Yep. That's exactly why I did it. Because and you think about it, the same with like Joe's iList, right? So all the motivated sellers, I'm going to the iList page with their cash offer and home and values. But when Joe gives us a new link on Wednesday, I just have to change the trigger link to go to a new place, and all my emails work.
So you're saying this should be probate instead of book of
Everything
call?
every probate email should go to the probate. Every expired should go to expired. Every
this.
FSBO goes to FSBO. Real easy. You have 6 trigger.
When this can stay, you can also schedule a call here because you're going to be greeted with a video
Mhm.
and the ability to schedule then the rest of the page.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So when we have, my idea is when I have a landing page for probates, it's going to talk about losing a loved one and having a house, right? The header and ChatGPT has really good language around a probate situation. I have a dub video and then my calendar right underneath it. So when they open up the page, it's talking about probates. There's me talking to them, and then click below to schedule time on my calendar. So I'm going to take them to a dedicated schedule page for probates, not my standard schedule call with Smarty. Go grab a beer and lunch and all this stuff, right?
Gotcha.
Right. So for now, it's like all you have to do is manage the trigger link URL, and then we can change it at any time.
Okay, so I'm gonna
But if
switch
you
all
hook
these
up all
back
your
to
emails
probate.
the right way, then you don't have to touch your emails again. They're all going to the right place. And then you just change the destination on the trigger link when it needs to change.
Okay, so I'll switch all these back to probate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then in the probate trigger link, you'll put your URL for your schedule a call for now. Or if you have an ebook, wherever you want to send them, Steve, for probate people, right?
Right.
You follow, so you go to trigger links, you go to the probate, type in probate, and that URL, like right now, you're going to send them to the Sell My Home page on your website.
Yeah.
So you probably want to send it to your schedule a call page on your website, not right, because in those emails it says schedule time on my calendar.
Yeah, I gotta find that. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then if I have a new landing page for probates coming out that has a calendar widget on it, then we could just have to change to that it'll be smartertherealtor.com/probate or whatever the name of the slug is. Make sense?
It does.
Okay. So just make those synchronized.
Okay.
Tim?
Some interesting stuff to share with you here. Where's the button? So, as you know, I've been in spam jail and so forth and trying to figure things out and so forth. So, something happened this weekend, which is real interesting, and I'll share with you. So I started basically after JP got everything going, beginning somewhere in November, and things were going great. And then boom, we got this dip here, which I finally figured out what happened here. And then it's been downhill ever since then. Now, this weekend on Saturday, anticipation of the new, all the new emails and so forth, and Joe's and all that sort of good stuff, I turned off all my expired marketing, right? And I'm like, okay, just wait a few days and we'll get all this settled out. You got all the new emails coming out and all that, and get all that stuff. But check this out.
Look at that spike. Was that with the new?
Check it. You know what that is? That
Mother's Day?
That's the Mother's Day email. I forgot about it. And not only that, it was the old format with everything in it, all the buttons and bells and whistles and everything. What's interesting about it is I downloaded the data, but I can actually show you here when I click on it. By the way, this is my new page on my what do you call it? Anyway, it's my page. I'll go back to it. Crap. Anyway,
Metrics?
Crap.
Is it a metric page?
Yeah, my new dashboard. Crap. Anyway, what it was while I'm waiting for it to load is that all my emails, all of these emails here, which is cool by this way on this dashboard, you can click these and see from here what they are. So here's all of the one that came in on Mother's Day, like 33 of them. What's interesting about them is not one of them is Gmail or Yahoo. It's all SMTP. So the email with all the bells and whistles, links, and everything else got through to these people. And I'm like, oh my God, can you imagine if it got through to Gmail, what it would have looked like?
What it would look like, yeah.
But I just found it interesting that it did get through to these people. Of these people, 10 of them click through that I'll be talking with. Some of these are repeats that came through here.
So that just tells us, Tim, with the evidence you showed, is that we should try for June to go back for the simple form without the opt out and the buttons and stuff, and send out that June report and see how many Gmails and or what you could do is you could because we're only a day how many days away from we're only a day away from Mother's Day. So what I would do is let's create a simple email with that content, and then
did Mother's Day just happen?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. A day away, yeah.
Yeah. So let's send another one right now in everybody's inbox and see if it gets in all your Gmails and see how many Gmails you get open. That would be a really good test right now because we're only one day away from Mother's Day, so you could send that same email out.
So I've been doing like a really deep dive trying to figure out why and so forth. And I did get out of there's a lot of things that I did that I'm not sure if you guys are aware of that I think from what ChatGPT was showing me, and I spent a lot of time on this trying to get out of spam jail. And one of the things that I found, do I even have it up here yet? Well, this is one thing here is having these set up properly. But if you go back to so on here, I discovered that when you're doing your DMARC, your RUA, RUF, and that you want to have this match whatever you're putting in your RUA and RUF for checking. If you're not putting anything, that can actually ding you. And it did another step for me too, as I kept taking all the data that was coming in from these emails I was getting from Microsoft and Google and everything else. And I kept sticking into the same ChatGPT, and it kept telling me, tweak this, like stupid little things you wouldn't think about. Like on the very end of one of them, there's a tilde, I guess you call it, the squiggly one versus a hash. And that makes a big difference, apparently.
Yeah. It's crazy what ChatGPT could do. But what you're showing here, Tim, is what Jeff was showing us last Friday. Microsoft, who's echoing, Microsoft has all new email rules now. And one of their rules for deliverability is the name and the email has to match the sending domain.
Exactly.
That could be a problem because you're sending it out from hello, versus, your regular domain. So this is where you can synchronize that.
So that's what I did right here. My reply had to be, I just did this today, and I had to put Tim at hello, and that's what's in my RUAs and RUF.
Yeah.
So
we're all going to have to do this, guys, to synchronize the names, because starting immediately, like Microsoft, which owns Hotmail and Microsoft Outlook, you're not going to get emails delivered to those emails if you don't have it synchronized.
So what's interesting is I downloaded all of my my leads and went through them, and 60% go to Gmail, and then it's Yahoo, where that's much smaller percent. It drops down, but 60% of the leads that I have go to Gmail, and then everything else follows.
They follow down from there.
Follows down
So,
from
yeah,
there.
so Tim, let's do a test. Let's create let's get that campaign and shoot it out to those mothers.
Where do you want me to go?
So go to marketing.
So Tim, if you have your forwarding address set to the address that it was sent from, where is it forwarding to?
You would go into conversations.
Did I get rid of it? I guess I got rid of it. I don't,
No, in the reply and forward settings, that forwarding address is to send it into your Gmail account.
Yeah, we have to play around with it, Bob, because the new rules from Microsoft are saying it has to be synchronized. But that throws off everything that we're doing around using subdomains in a CRM and synchronization.
You're talking about this one up here?
I'm asking specifically to his research. Yeah. So
ChatGPT's everything I kept running through. ChatGPT kept telling me that I didn't have to worry about that. What I had to worry about was the reply. Now, ChatGPT, as good as it is, it's not 100%. And then you go down this damn rabbit hole. You keep checking this site, for a free checker, and this check, and this one, and everybody's got a little bit of a twist. But I think it's because the rules are changing every 3 seconds.
Yeah, the rules are changing and all the sites are catching up.
See, but it says right there that the addresses cannot use the same domain as a sending domain in order to prevent an infinite loop. So that's if this is what you're mailing from and you put it in as a forwarding address, it's not going to work.
Well, I'm emailing from hello.for Mac properties.
Oh, okay.
So let me show you.
About it before.
Let me show you that, because
you said it before. You said those two had to be the same. That's what.
Well, I was talking in the reply and your DNS settings to where you're sending the email have to be the same.
They have to be. Yeah. So what he's talking about is hit the little dedicated domain, little button there to the right.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, I understand. He doesn't have them the same. He said that he did them the same, but they're not. And he jumped off the screen. They're different.
So I have Tim at hello.formica.
So now they're the same, right there. Bob, here.
So when I go into my DNS,
do we have Jeff on? Is Jeff join us today?
It's my mistake, Smarty. He said they had to be the same, but he doesn't have them the same. He doesn't actually have them the same.
Yeah, Jeff, you're on.
So this is where I'm talking about. See right here, the RUA. You see that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That has to match what you put in here in your header.
Yeah, that's the trigger, guys. So your DMARC record where you're sending errors has to have the same email. that you have in the CRM. I think that's the rule. Jeff, can you hear me? I think that's the essence of the rule from Microsoft.
How do I put that right there, Jeff, with mine? Because mine's blank.
So when you, one other thing is, whatever, let me just show you.
Hit
So
the three dots. So Tim, hit the three dots there.
Before I do that, let me say something. So this is my sending domain, okay, hello dot format properties.
Mhm.
And when you do the header,
You hit not there. You go. You hit the three dots. You say
headers, set headers. So it doesn't matter what you put before the @ symbol. You could put, piece of crap, hello, whatever it is you want. You don't have to think like, okay, do I already have this? It automatically sends it to you because it knows whatever. It doesn't matter what's in here. Is what I'm getting at. So if you wanted to put,
Julian
whatever, yeah, you can put whatever you want in there.
And is Brian on? Because Brian, this is where you could also double check why it was doing Brian instead of Brian the realtor.
Oh yeah. No, I think it was just pulling from my email address, just pulling the name off my email address. Because you can, like you said, there's a slot in there if you want to put in a custom name, but it doesn't default to all the other ones, so you have to do it for every time.
Yeah, so like what I did, the from there though, on the domain, Brian, you could put Brian the realtor. I have Smarty the realtor as the name, and then I have the email Smarty
But this is the critical thing right here as far as your DNS.
Yep, the email. And then in the DNS, go back to your DNS to show everybody, your DMARC has to change to have the RUA, copy that and put that in the Zoom chat, Tim.
Well, so let me talk about this for a second, because a couple of things I learned on here. Depending on how old your domain is for this, it turns out that when I was showing you that flat spot down back in January 15th, you and I had talked about a bunch of different things that were going on, and I think you were getting ready to change the emails and all this other stuff with the version 5 or whatever. So I needed to change my domain name. So that flat spot was a new domain name. So on top of everything else, it was warming. So when you do this DMARC, depending on how old your domain is with, in the system here, you might want to gradually increase this every few weeks, start out at 25, 50, and so forth. If you go to ChatGPT, it'll tell you how to do it. Because you're warming it up. However, I also happen to have Google Postmaster, and so Google Postmaster has given me 100% on everything, all the way down across all my domains and stuff. So I went back to ChatGPT and said, "Do I have to do that?" And it said, "No, keep it at 100."
Keep it at 100. And notice he has quarantine instead of reject
or none.
Or none.
If you put none, that's a spam problem.
The least restrictive is none, quarantine's next, and then reject is the highest.
And once again, according to ChatGPT, you don't want none. In fact, not just ChatGPT, a bunch of other sites I check, you don't want none there because that becomes a spam issue.
So Campbell, you recently changed it to quarantine as well. I changed mine, and I've been getting more deliverability.
It changed that, and what he's talking about with the squiggly line is for your SPF at the end. You've got to go from squiggly line all to straight line all.
Well,
ChatGPT is very specific about that, and that will help you with your deliverability.
What's interesting here, Campbell, I just noticed, because I agree with what I knew 4 days ago, but all of a sudden ChatGPT had me change it to an equal sign, and it's not an SPF, it's just an SP. There's no SPF on here.
Interesting. Because I literally just asked it again while we're on the call, and it said again to go to the straight line. I uploaded my file again from GoDaddy and had it examine it again.
Yeah, like I said, this stuff is going to drive us all crazy. I'm already leaking brain matter.
Campbell, did you throw it into Grok and see if Grok has a better recommendation?
Actually, I'm using Grok right now rather than ChatGPT on this one.
Yeah, because up until a few days ago, and I mentioned that earlier when I started talking, it's like, change your straight line to a squiggly or back and forth, whatever. But now all of a sudden it's not even there. it may have to do with the fact that I'm now going quarantine instead of none.
Yeah.
I think because
Oh,
notice
that's
it
going to
says
help. That
quarantine.
will help.
Yeah, I'll put it.
And then for the Microsoft rule, guys, that mail to has to be the same email that you're sending out of the CRM.
On your
Everybody get
reply.
that? James, you get that? Did you see that?
Here, I'll show you.
So the DNS, the DMARC record has a mail to section, and I was sending it to a different email. I was sending it to Smart of the Realtor instead of like my mail dot Smart of the Realtor. And that's gonna Microsoft is gonna nope, we're not delivering those to Hotmail and Outlook.
This has to match. It's not an absolute, but once again, if you want to get squeaky clean, from what I've gathered, you want this. I said it to me a few times. You want this to match, what you have right here.
Can you paste that in the chat? Because I want to add that PCT thing.
Yeah, copy the whole DNS record, the DNS entry.
Yeah, I'm looking for I've lost my button to do the chat. Hang on a second.
You gotta have your
so guys,
a little
what
wider.
we're doing here is we're gonna have a really good second half of the year, because if we really button down our DNS and get it the way it needs to be, coupled with better written emails and simpler emails from a delivery perspective, we're going to see a massive. Rory, are you still seeing that high open rate?
Yeah, pretty much. And my dedicated header and email on my dedicated domain, those are both blank.
Huh.
You're going to get even stronger open rates.
That was the original instructions that I had, I think.
Yeah, definitely put them in there.
So we finished with Tim. I have two questions.
3 dots for May. And there's May right there. Hit the 3 dots, and then you could say preview campaign.
It's just resend too.
Yeah, but before you resend, we want to rewrite it. So we want to rewrite it without any mumbo jumbo in it. Oh wait, it looks like. Oh no, you still have a header in the top.
No, hang on.
You still have an image above the name.
Yeah, that's because it was sent. I did a draft version. I cloned it. So but I don't know if you want me to do it, but it's because it's sent. I can't edit anything yet.
Yeah, you can't edit once it's sent.
I did make a clone.
What you can do is what I want you to do is just copy the email, and then let's go and we'll create a brand new campaign with a brand new email, and let's send it out. And then tomorrow, let's see if you got any Gmail opens. So just copy that whole thing. Don't do the bottom thing. Don't do the copyright stuff. We just want to copy the email up above.
Right there?
Yeah, copy that.
Okay.
And then for everybody, we'll have Tim report on Wednesday. We'll look at the statistics. But his campaign that went out yesterday for Mother's Day, he didn't get a single Gmail open to email. So
no Yahoo, Hotmail, Gmail, or anything.
Nobody opened from Gmail or Yahoo. So what we're going to do is we'll do a test with Tim and see if it works. So hit new campaign. And this time you're going to say blank, do new, and then we'll say.
Hang on. This is.
Yep. Just say blank. And then do simple text editor on the right. This is a no frills email. This is what I did for the other 6 seller ones that I gave you guys. I did it no plain text, paste that in, and then get that signature down on the bottom. We don't want that signature in there. Get that out of there. And then this is where you would use my my new improved unsubscribe. So you can say don't want these anymore. Click here, so you don't put the word unsubscribe. I put them in lowercase so it doesn't stand out.
Oops, my cat lock was
on.
on.
Like James, what did you do? You only highlighted like one word, James. So it's like I like what James did. It's like he had a sentence with one word highlighted.
I also I forget who mentioned I put 15 carriage returns So I just put it way down so they'd have to scroll down to find it.
Hey, Tim, if you want to have some fun with your sellers, this is what I put in mine now. I asked ChatGPT to have some fun with it.
Uh-huh.
So everybody in the group, this is what ChatGPT I put in all mine.
What's that?
Look in the chat.
I can't get into the chat for some reason. Maybe because I'm
So
sharing.
the bottom of all my emails. And James, I did the same thing. I put a bunch of returns, so it's like down below the fold. And then it says, not feeling the love, break up with my emails. No tears, I promise.
Tim, can you drop that
Yeah, I just found hang on, I just found the chat, how to get back into it.
Instead of saying click here to unsubscribe, is that what you're
Yeah.
So by the way, I'll get it without the quotes.
Thank you. Yeah, I remember ChatGPT saying something about swapping out with that quarantine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so where were we back here? So Smarty, you were talking about you
Around
had some fun with ChatGPT to do what?
Yeah, look at the
I can't get it into the into the inbox. It still keeps going to promotions. It's the exact same one you had.
Yeah, it's going to be dependent on the reputation of each of our emails. Sometimes it'll land in promotion, sometimes. But the nice thing, Brian, is on the iPhone, it all lands in the inbox, and on the Android. So most people look at emails on their phone. So not everybody has the promotions on their desktop, but I do. Sometimes they'll land in promotion. Sometimes it's on inbox.
Right.
But when I open up my iPhone, all my emails are right there in center. They're not going to spam or anything.
Well, as far as that goes, I've noticed that like the old ones with the graphics and everything went through okay on phones.
So if you change, put whatever you want in the text for your unsubscribe, Tim. I just gave you an example of what I'm using, just to have some fun with my sellers.
Well, I have click here. Are you talking about something else?
Yeah, in the Zoom chat. You see what I had in the Zoom chat?
Oh, there we go. Oh, interesting. I like that.
Tim, what email do you have in the dedicated header?
From me?
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I'm not a woman. I can't do more
Yeah,
than
let's
one
get
thing
this
at a
email
time.
out, then we'll go and show you, Rory. So just highlight like the click here or whatever, or I promise. James, you didn't even have a click here, didn't you? You just highlighted here or something?
Yeah, and I didn't put the word click. I just said go here or some. Actually, yeah, I changed it to want to pass on.
Like that?
Here. And
Yeah, go here and then,
go here.
hyperlink that with the unsubscribe trigger link.
Yeah. I like your new one, Smarty. I might do
Yeah,
that.
I just changed my mind to that new one.
Yeah.
I asked ChatGPT to come up with some creative, funny unsubscribe messages.
Yeah. Hey Tim, that didn't end up in the chat, by the way.
What's that?
Your text record, your DMARC.
Oh, I see it. Oh, I sent it directly to Julian somehow. Hang on.
Oh, that happens.
How do I do everyone? There we go.
And then don't you have to highlight the address there and put it to the cash offer? Where it says
click here.
Yeah. And then point that to the cash offer, iList cash offer page or home value page.
How do I find that?
Hit the little tag and then click on trigger links and then type in the word iList. There's two of them. You could either do the home value or the cash.
It was going to the iList cash offer. No, they were going to home values. That one. So let me do home value. All right.
Yeah. There you
go. So this field here will automatically get filled in with their info, and then when they click it, they'll go, got it. Oh, that's cool. That's just so cool.
Yeah, it's gonna look.
I don't have my name in there.
And then what you'll do is let's go to schedule.
Should I put my name in here?
Oh yeah. Oh, there.
Well,
What you can do there is you could actually put your signature
yeah, I was gonna say because I got to get all my
profile.
legal stuff in there.
So if you go up to the little icon to the right of the link, keep going over past it, keep going over one more right there. One to the left. Right there is custom values. Go to user, and then down below signature. See this? No, go back. No, not yet. Yeah, it was right on the list. Go to user, and then right on the list, see signature. There you go. So now whatever your signature is in your my profile, Tim, that's what it'll display. And that also should be simple text. A lot of us, like Bob was using, like me, I was using the bling. So I had a fancy graphical signature bar, and we got rid of that, and that helped deliverability too. So name the campaign so we could look at it tomorrow. So say like Mother's Day Part 2 or something.
Try that again.
And then let's schedule that and send that out. And then we should be able to see his open rates tomorrow, see if he's getting Gmails and Yahoos opening up. Now we know that all those campaigns have to be modified.
Assuming I'm not. I mean, I've squeaked everything I could possibly squeak. Do I have to fill this stuff out here?
Yeah, you'll do like a batch schedule and
So sender should be. So here we go. I'm questioning that. User email. So that should be the email that's in my header, right?
yeah, if you leave it blank, it'll just default it. I don't.
Oh, okay. But it's got a star on it.
It's required.
I mean, I can try it without it, see if it goes through.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know.
up top, hit batch up top because you probably have a lot of people. You want to batch it, batch schedule it, and then you'll say start. You know.
Oh,
Just,
so that don't. Okay, start at.
Are you still sending out a Mother's Day thing today?
what we're doing, Rob, is he sent it out yesterday, and he found out he had a high open rate, but not a single Gmail or Yahoo got opened.
Oh.
So we're thinking that maybe all those Gmails went into the spam folder.
I wish they had a
Interesting
way of doing this.
So he got SMTP opens. He got a lot of them, but those two mail carriers, he didn't get any, not a single one.
What was the?
But that can't be, Rob. Clearly, one Gmail user would open the Mother's Day email.
Remember the subject
But
line?
what we're doing, Rob, is for test is he's going to send it out again, but we're using simple text with our new unsubscribe link and no other stuff in there to see if it works.
Yeah, but this is all email, right? This is not text.
No. But we're sending emails out. That's what we're testing.
Right.
So I have a suggestion for folks when you have these that are holiday based, is don't send it on the holiday because everybody, Target, Walmart, anybody gets anything from are getting the Mother's Day email.
Yeah.
So if you put it a couple days before, and in my case, I wanted to send it on a day that they were still at work.
Yeah.
So I sent mine on Friday.
Yeah.
By the way, did you guys see that? What I just did?
I think we can send Father's Day though, Bob.
Well, I'm saying, Rob,
I'm
don't
just kidding.
send it on the holiday because on the holiday, you're getting a shitload of holiday emails from everybody.
That was a bit of tongue in cheek because I went to get my Mother's Day flowers and they had Father's Day stuff on the shelves. It's like, are you guys crazy?
Yeah.
Did you see
No,
how
I do that for everything. Like July 4th goes out on July 2nd. And,
absolutely. That makes a lot of sense.
I try to do it on
Christmas goes out around the 18th of December.
Right.
Right.
And try to do it on a work day so that when they're wasting time at work reading their emails.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
It's out holiday shopping at a holiday party. Your email will get buried.
Looking for the that was here. Just took this one.
That's the old one.
No, I'm trying to find I want to keep the header, the subject line the same. I'm trying to find
I
it.
think you can still see it when you go to the one that went out, the bottom one that's sent. When you click on the three dots, you say preview campaign, it'll show it to you. And
Where?
then does it up top, does it let you go to the schedule or no? I guess
No,
not.
there's nothing here. That's why I was looking, because that's all it shows me.
Yeah.
So I had a draft here, and I was just going to say, okay,
Just go to June and look at what you set up for June.
yeah, but I wanted the
Oh,
May
you want to see what
subject
the header
line.
is.
I want to do everything exactly the same except for all.
So Tim, what you want to
Yes.
do is you want to go to your analytics for the campaign and grab one of the ones that opened yesterday, and then you could go to their contact and you can see the actual email that went out with the header and everything. Just up there.
Tim, when you changed the DMARC, did you check it for health?
Say that again?
So when you went into ChatGPT and got a new DMARC line. So
yeah.
I just copied yours and put my information in, then went to DMARC checker, and I'm dead in the red. And I was green.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, Bob. I'm getting really crazy with this stuff, because it's just like, you go one place and it tells you to do it this way. ChatGPT is, a little bit crazy sometimes. I think, depending on how exact you ask a question or not ask a question, you get different answers. And I have been checking it. When I checked it last time, it looked like it was okay. But then again,
yeah, because quarantine should get you from like a 6 to an 8. If you're
I'm at a 5.
If you're a nun, you're going to be down at the 5 and 6 level.
But I think you want to be under 6.
Mine went down when I made the change, and I was stupid enough not to copy and paste what you.
I thought you needed to be under 6 or under 5.
No, you want to get to a 10.
Oh, you want to be up high.
10's the perfect score.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but when I was at 10, like nothing was going through. It was all getting blocked because it was like too rigid.
Yeah, you got to do like a reject, and it's just way too rigid. It's not going to work. That's why a happy one, if you're green across the board, but you're like a 6 or an 8, you're good to go.
I know where that. Let's see here. I'm
going to take.
Here we go. Found it. That's Mother's Day? No, that's not Mother's Day. I'll just go with what I have, but I don't know where to find it.
Oh my God.
So everybody else has got an idea where to find it.
Yeah, it's if you go to the campaigns and then go to the seller, find the May one, and then if you click on the 3 buttons on the side, you got to go to the where it's asking for analytics, active campaign
statistics.
Yeah, right there. So what Smarty was saying is you'll go to load more statistics right there in the middle of the screen, and then you're gonna go and find. If you scroll down, I think it's somewhere it shows you who's some of those people. If you click on one of them that got it, go to their email. You can see the subject line there.
Okay. All right, Mom's always knows best. What's about your home value?
So click on that, and then you'll see the full subject and everything. It'll open the email. You can see it.
And the only reason I knew that is because Smarty just showed somebody at 11 o'clock today the same thing.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I always peek and see what they look at, and then you can also test the buttons to make sure that how did they go.
Do it this way. I'm not a good typist, so I can always copy and paste everything. There There we go. All right, let's get this puppy finished. Where do I want to send to? Tags?
Smart list.
Smart list. Which, by the way, while he's on the screen, guys, notice it says build segment. This is a new feature that came out last week. You could actually build a segment on the fly when you're doing a campaign now. So if you wanted to get fancy, you could say, grab all sellers and you build another segment. You could say that didn't open an email already. So that way the people that open an email won't get it again.
I think 500, 1 hour is good. I've got
Yep.
about 3,000 in there.
Yep.
Then you got to hit the plus sign in the segments down there, down at the bottom. No.
The end time. So 4 p.m. to what? I would do I would go earlier in the day.
Well, it's
If it
2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock here.
Tomorrow, though, based on your end time, if it doesn't get through the 3,000, it's going to start again tomorrow morning. So you just want to do the start times to say from 8. I always do for 9 in the morning to 8 at night. And then that way, if it rolls in the next day, it'll start again at 9 in the morning.
So you want me to start it at 9 tomorrow morning?
Well, that's just the window start and end times. The actual
right now I have it.
The start is up top is when it's going to start.
Yeah, it's going to start now, and it's going to go until whatever the end time you put here is, and then tomorrow it'll start again at the time that you put. So if you put 9 o'clock in that start time,
yep,
you want to start right now.
I'm saying this is when I want emails to go out. But
So
that first field,
it's 2 o'clock here, and I was thinking I'd start it a couple hours from now at 4 o'clock. You think that's too late? I should just do tomorrow?
I just do 2 o'clock today and let's send them out.
Okay.
2:30.
1,400. So then what does this do here?
9 o'clock or 10, whenever you think the earliest you want to send them out.
Eight o'clock, I guess, PM.
Yeah. So you're basically setting the gate of when emails go out, and you're saying 7 days a week. If you didn't want them to go out on Sundays, you'd uncheck Sundays. And
okay.
You have to hit the plus sign right there for the send to smart list. You have to pick the smart list. Yeah.
then grab your sellers.
Anything here?
And then see that you always want to make that yes. So if any expires come in while this is going on, they're going to be in it.
Are we keeping all this stuff off?
I kept mine off. But the feature that I really like, guys, is see that this is another new feature for everybody. See that field at the very bottom? This just showed up about a month ago. So now it says, do you want to resend to people that don't open the email? I always do that. So if I send out 1,000 and only 200 opened up, it's going to send out another 800, whatever I say, and I could have a different subject line. So you could do a different subject line. You say, when do you want that second batch to go out? So I would say 1 day and 2 hours or whatever. And then down below, you're going to change a different subject line to see if that gets them to open the email. So you don't use the same subject line. Say something funny like, "Did you see my last email?" or something like. You can have ChatGPT come up with a creative subject line. So it'll send the campaign out, and then you'll actually get 2 campaigns. One is the primary campaign, then the second one's the resend.
How's that? That good?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so the only thing I don't have in here is the sender email. So let's see what happens. Let me save it. Okay, review and schedule. Seller info missing. Sender info, I mean. So I got to put something in here.
I think you got to use some NLP on that instead. Hey, Smarty, if I have a DMARC
Send your
for my
email is you,
.com,
Tim. Yeah. Make sure it's user email.
Okay.
And then in the name, I just put in Smarty. Just type in Tim or something. What was that,
All
Rob?
right.
so can I just use the DMARC record from my .com to put on my .net? Is that going to be, going to work?
So you have a .net now instead of a .com?
I have both.
But what
So I guess
what are you
what I'm
doing for
asking is,
email? .com?
one's a .com, the other one's a .net. The .net's a 4 out of 10, the other one's a 6. So I was wondering if I could use a DMARC record. Is that unique?
That's unique. So a .net and a .com are two different domains.
Is this new?
I think it's coming soon. It's not there now. They're just
Coming soon. Oh, okay.
It will be coming soon.
All right, here we go.
Send that baby. All right, so we'll check in with Tim on Wednesday on our session.
Well, I won't be
Let
there
those
on
puppies
Wednesday,
go out.
but
Then,
I'll let
by
you
the way,
know.
they'll get two. So they'll get tomorrow. They'll get them now, and then tomorrow, whoever didn't open it, they'll get another batch, and we'll be able to see how many Yahoos and Gmails open the email.
So Smarty, quick, I just saw when it sent everything, it said bulk actions started. Is that different from?
No, they should be in there. Go in the seller folder. You should see two now that are scheduled in the seller monthly theme. Type in May.
That's the one I did. It's not in there because you had me do it from a smart list.
No, it's still a smart list. It's just who gets it, but it should be in there.
No, not there. Huh. That's the one I did.
Might not be.
No, I called it something else. It's not May. Or it was like Mother's. Here it is. Waiting.
Oh, there it is, Mothers.
Yeah.
And see how you got two?
Huh.
That's by design, Tim. So it's scheduled the main one to go out, and then it has the other one in waiting for people that don't open the email.
Oh yeah, because it says it added resend unopened there.
Yep.
Sweet.
It's a great feature, guys. I all my campaigns now, I always set that flag now so I get a double hit. So if they don't open my email, they're going to get a different subject line and another email in their inbox.
Cool. We done with emails? Because I got one more question, which I think is important. So
Bob,
let me
did you recover your DNS? I can give you mine if you need.
I'm just testing it. I did not recover it.
We'll get you what I have mine. I think it. Let me. Tim, go ahead.
Give me a second here. It has to do with the SMS workflow we did that we did the other day, and I think it's got some bugs in it, and I'll show you where and why. So I sent myself testing it. Where'd it go? Of course, everything is. So I sent myself, I said, do the word price, and I put in price. It says it seems there was an issue with processing your request when I did that. So then
You're talking about like an SMS that's failing?
Yeah, so I'll show you. And again, I'm novice at this, so so logically, when you go down the list here, like it says, okay, check active. This is just a state. Oh, here it is right here. So it's adding the active tag and it's then sending it to, um, if it has the active tag, it's going over here where it says active and then you're done.
Yeah.
And then if it's not active, it's going down this list. And so now we got wait 24 hours. This is and I noticed this later, but I don't see where's the if else statement that tells it where to go.
No, so what this is, Tim, is it's a better design. It's not an if this. It's saying wait until the contact replies. That's the action in the workflow. So it's going to wait 24 hours. And if you click on that, click on the wait step.
Yeah.
Click on that wait step there. The top, the one below it, right below the text. That's the wait step. It says, what are we replying to on the right-hand side? And we're looking for SMS number 1. So we send out an SMS, and then the system is going to wait to see if the seller replies to that text message.
So this is this.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay.
And then below that says timeout after 24 hours. So if you send a text out and the seller replies right away, they're going to fall down the left path because they replied. And then we're gonna message them and send them a book and put them on the call log and the things that we did before.
And
then they're done. They're not going to get any more text because they replied to us.
Right. And when I replied to that one and said why, I got a message back telling me, hey, yeah, okay, reach out to me or something like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they don't get any text. Once they reply, they're not going to get any more text in the sequence.
So when I responded to this one, so here it is again, so now we have an if else statement, right?
No, this is a different one. So 2 of the 10 SMS, we're asking the seller to reply back with a certain word, and then we're going to give them an ebook.
So doesn't this, so that's where it crashed on me. That's why I started looking into this. It's like they told me there was an issue. So I don't know. I'm looking at this. My logic says, well, how come there's nothing selected here to tell it?
Oh yeah, that's where your issue is. It shouldn't say select.
So I haven't done any of this. This is how you gave it to us.
Yeah. These have to be tweaked because of the import. When you import the snapshots, Tim, you have to check all these because sometimes it doesn't import the values. So in the select, you're going to pick contact replied. So type in contact, do reply. Here, let me look at mine. Yeah, go level when I import a snapshot. Sometimes these values don't.
All right, thank you.
So everybody should check these.
Yeah. Take a look. So what you're looking for, guys, it's called response. So Tim, go back, type in response.
One of these two?
It's response
The
the first one, the response.
Okay.
And then hit the operator. No, next to response is price.
And according to ChatGPT, it doesn't matter whether you write upper or lowercase here.
Yep. And then the next one is the channel. So you're going to say response channel is SMS. There you go. And then you're going to do it down here, and then I just had another response. And what I did was I did uppercase and lowercase price, or, if they say something else, you could have like a couple different variations.
Yeah, again, according to ChatGPT, it doesn't matter whether it's upper or lowercase once you put a word in there.
Yeah, so
According to the almighty chat.
yeah, the mighty chat, yeah.
So
if you want to do price all uppercase or something, just in case. But if it doesn't matter, then we don't need that other or statement.
We're gonna have to do this with all of our different.
Yeah, you want to look at those
expires,
different
business.
branches and just make sure in this. We worked on this on Friday. We were going through each one checking. So on Friday, we spent a lot of time on this flow, just going through checking all the boxes, making sure they're set.
all right. So when it's set like this,
if you go to like the SMS,
where?
go to the SMS.
I don't know what you mean. Where's?
Oh, the task in there that's the second SMS.
That's this one right here.
Yeah. And then that's where you're attaching the ebook.
Oh, so I have to add another attachment here.
Oh no, not there, not there. That's where you're asking them to reply. Is that the reply one?
Yeah, after starting as expirations, ready for that playbook? Reply AI.
Yeah, that doesn't have it. There's only 2 in the whole 10. So one is on Bob, one is on price, and the other one is when we talk about the marketing, I think.
Photos.
Photos.
Yeah, that was like number 9, I think. Yeah, here it is, number 9.
Where you're saying, you're going to hit that branch.
Yeah, so I got that in there.
And then look at the branch. And the branch, you're going to have to check, make sure those values are in there. Click on the branch.
Well, that's should this be the branch?
Yeah, that's the branch.
Okay, so same thing.
Same thing. You're going to change the selects and you're looking for the word photos. Then response channel is SMS.
Because now you have 2, because I see why. So this would be response is not, right? What? What do I select here?
Response. That's where I just had the other case sensitive. So if you don't think you need them, you could delete that whole that or statement, but you could do photos in lowercase if you want here. I don't know if it matters, guys. I haven't done enough testing on it to know if ChatGPT says it doesn't matter. We'll rely on ChatGPT for now.
Keyboard is getting stuck.
Photos is spelt wrong.
Now my keyboard is like I'm hitting keys and it's not.
No, you will say is SMS.
Okay, that should fix it.
Yeah.
Photos is not.
Photos.
Yeah, you need to correct photos.
Folks.
Click on the branch. Then hit save. There you go.
All right, one last question. That's all the heavy stuff. So I noticed, and maybe I don't understand the tag active. Does active mean that they're active selling their home?
Yep.
Where
so anytime you're marketing with expireds, My Plus Leads is going to tag them as active if they go active on you. So if it, like I got an active this morning from last night in my CRM, not an active, I got an expired in my CRM, and I sent them out a text and an email. And then 11 o'clock this morning, I got an active tag on it. So the active is automatically going to DND them and not talk to the seller anymore.
Oh, wow. So that's automatic for My Plus?
Yep.
Oh, that's making more sense to me now. So once it gets tagged active, does that turn off all automations?
Yep.
Because I had some that automations were still going out on.
Yeah, so let's take a look at your workflow. Make sure that's set right. So get out of this workflow. Oh, make sure you save. Make sure you save. Publish. Turn that on and publish it. Hit that little, yeah, and then hit save. And then let's go back and look at your active workflow. So that if you search active.
Yeah, it froze on me again.
I have a workflow that's seller goes active, and it's based on a tag active. It's not in the V6 folder. It's back in the V5 folder. So got to go down to V5.
Oh, hang on, sorry.
Not seeing it in mine. In V5 automations.
Yeah, go to workflow or go to standard operating procedures, Tim. I wish their search would go across all, but I don't think they do. I think they're folder specific. Go to standard operating procedure folder down there.
Seller goes active.
And then seller goes active. There it is.
I got two questions
look,
before.
you had 602 sellers went active on you.
Yeah.
Right. So if you look at that, it's triggered on active. The first task is D&D. So click on that. It's D&D.
Oh, that's why they're going D&D. Okay.
It goes D&D all channels. So we don't talk to them anymore. And then I remove them from all automations. So make sure that's set right, Tim. Click on the next one. So this is saying remove from all workflows.
Is that right?
I remove the opportunity.
So maybe I just caught some of these in between. Now that I understand it's coming in from my plus being changed.
Yeah.
So, okay. Got it. If I want to remove somebody from, I get like this one guy that keeps, I don't know how he's getting emails. I guess he got the Mother's Day email and went all the way through. He's desperate to get rid of his place. And that's because he lives in Palos Verdes, which is sliding into the ocean. No one will touch this place right now. How would I just like turn off, delete the automations?
Yeah, you could either get rid of all his automations. You could delete the contact if you don't want to deal with them. You can.
Any kill?
Yeah, so like I'll get rid of it. I'll delete somebody out of my system if the guy's real nasty with me. Like stop effing talking to me. Da da da. I'll just get rid of them out of the CRM.
Gotcha.
Tim, I think
you could D&D all their channels and they won't get anything either.
Okay.
Or like what I've done sometimes is instead of deleting them or I want to mess with them later, but for whatever reason he keeps ending back up in the workflows, I'll just take out, because if he's noticed a default or whatever it is, I'll just delete that one because that's the one triggering him to go back into the pre-foreclosure list.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
Like a seller and or whatever lead source they are. So if it's an expired, I want him to stop getting put back into my workflow for expireds. I'll just delete the tag expired. So whenever we come out with V7 next and I go to do it again, he's not going to get on that.
We'll get back in there. Yeah.
Expired.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you could also D&D them all channels if you don't want them to talk. You can say just D&D all channels and
I know other people want to do stuff. So I've got more, but I'll work later. And some of it is that I still don't understand how people can respond and click and not end up in that home or cash value section. Some are going through and some aren't still.
Yeah. That one we got to troubleshoot with Joe. That's a weird one that they click and they're not on this visit. Now he's getting rid of visitor logs too. So we're kind of in an influx with Joe because everything's now going to change to Falcon. So we got to, and that's going to happen like in the next day or so. So don't spend too much time on it next couple days, Tim. Wait until Falcon comes and we'll redirect all the URLs and see if that is a better behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, for that one. So who is next? I got James and Rob and Campbell. James?
Two things. Somehow I got the wrong Google profile connected with my rent to own one with a terrible review from this jackass.
Oh no!
So I was trying to reconnect it, and I don't know how it works. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, share your screen. Let's take a look.
Okay, I was gonna drag it over onto my laptop screen.
Gotta hear the story about the jackass now.
What's that?
Gotta hear the story now.
Oh, just somebody that I couldn't get on the phone, and he was upset because he thought you could do rent to own with no money down, kind of thing. He was mad. But, you get all types with rent to own.
Oh,
so yeah. Okay. So here I disconnected the other one because I wasn't able to add. I guess you just have one, right? So I click connect, then it brings up this window. Do you see this pop-up that's loading?
No, we don't see a pop-up.
Oh.
Oh, when you share on Zoom, you got to say the whole entire screen, so that way we can see your pop-ups too.
Oh, let's see. Entire screen. Try this. You see it now?
No. Oh, here it comes. Yep.
Okay. So I went in here and I didn't know, like, there's no drop down or anything.
No, where did you disconnect the other Googles? There's like 3 Googles across the top.
No, you got Google Calendar. Here's my Google account. Analytics.
You want to disconnect all those.
Oh, so got to
remake a connection to your Google world.
Okay. Start over.
I would try that. I would try to like reset all your Googles on your account to the new one.
Okay. I'll try that. And then can you just walk me through? So I got all my expired emails ready to switch over to V6. Can you walk me through that? How do I do that?
Oh, so if you have all your sellers ready to go, you've edited all the emails?
Yep.
For not just expired, but all these like pre-foreclosures, did you do all those?
I haven't got all of them. I just have the expired. Then I'm leaving the FSBO one for our easy FSBO kit separate. So I'd have to go through and do all the others. So do it all at once.
Yeah. So you're not going to use this workflow if you're only doing like one. So what we would do, James, I could show everybody real quick how to do it. So get out of this one.
Go back.
Yeah. You're going to create new workflow. We'll just work with the expireds right now. Say you start from scratch.
Okay.
And then in the name, call the name up top, move expireds or something.
Okay.
And then you don't need a trigger. Hit the plus sign under the trigger.
Okay.
Search the word workflow. You're going to say remove from workflow.
Okay.
And then you're going to pick a specific workflow. Pick another workflow, it's called. Yeah.
Another, okay.
And then in the drop down, pick the expired V5 expired.
Okay. What were you saying, Julian?
Oh, I was just going to say on that workflow, by the way, add sellers. James was asking me like does it remove it from the old one? That part did not transfer on the snapshot either, so you have to add the.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, Julian. So we'll have everybody go look at that.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. Go ahead, level's got to fix. This is such a pain in the butt.
So do I delete this?
Yeah, delete that one, and then type in expired, and pick the V5 one.
Okay.
And then hit save action. And then hit plus sign underneath it.
Okay.
Type in workflow. Add to workflow. And then pick the expired V6. Not the SMS.
Oh, good catch. There we go.
And then hit save.
Okay.
Then publish and then save. Now, now go out of workflows, go to your contacts, and you'll probably want to create a smart list. So let's create a quick smart list for James. So everybody hit more filters. Hit the more filters down below.
I have expired here. Should I just click that?
Yeah, you could go on that one. Yeah. But let's take a look at what filters you have. You only have one filter. If you hit the filter, you want to add more because you don't want to send them to people that are expired. I mean, active. So you're going to say, and tag is not active. So that way you're only getting non-active expireds. Put them on, hit apply.
Okay.
And then I would also say, because you're doing them on email campaigns, you could say email is not empty. Say email down there is not empty. Nope. No. See, it says
Back
not
up.
empty. Down there, there's a radio button that says it's not empty.
There we go.
And then hit apply.
Okay.
And if you wanted to do one more, you could say and DND is not email. So that way, if they DND'd your email, you're not sending them to them either. So DND
When you're done,
is
when you're done,
not.
could you show that? When you're done, could you show that again so I can take a screenshot?
Yeah. And then say enabled for email.
Oops.
No, email.
Boom.
And then hit apply. So this is a good filter for getting your expireds that you're going to put them on a campaign. So the tag is expired. It's not active. There is an email, and the email's not DND'd. Right? So now you got really good expires to send emails to.
Should I save this as a new smart list?
You could just, well, I would just save it as a regular one because these are for all your expireds. You should be dealing with this anyway.
Best practice.
Yeah.
All right. Did it
So
save it?
now that we have them, you can close this window, the filter window up top. So you're going to send it to 1,300 sellers. So you can hit the select all.
Yep.
Hit the little robot.
Yep.
Here we go.
Now there, you're going to want to drip them, James. So pick the expired for V6.
Let's see. Seller expired.
Oh no, not that one. You're doing the move expireds.
Oh.
That's the one you just created. Now what I would do is do this in a drip and just call it move expired or drip, move expires to V6 or something.
Okay.
And then you'll pick a time to start and then how many you're going to do. You have 1,300, so you can do 100 every hour. And then pick your from time and end time. And again, what you want to do, because if you're at the end of your day, James, you may not get 1,300 before the end of the day if your last slot is at 8, 7, or 8 at night. So I would do like 9 or 10 in the morning to 7 or 8 at night. And then go.
Okay.
So it's going to put all those sellers into that automation. That automation is going to first take them out of 5 and then put them in 6, and then they're going to start getting emails.
There they go.
All right.
Well, I don't have 6 set up yet because I was waiting for Joe. But should I do this too in the meantime?
Yeah, you can do this. You get them all in there. Just send them to the old. Now that we have the expired trigger link, make sure all your expireds are pointing to the new expired trigger link. And then all you have to do later on when Joe gives you the new link is just change that one field.
Did we need to go back to the automation and show you? What was it, Tim? Wanted to see that?
I took a screenshot.
Oh,
It
what
was
Julian
the
was
smart
saying.
list.
Go to automation. Go to automation real quick, and in the V6 folder, I have the when you're ready to do all your sellers, there's an add sellers V6 down at the bottom. When you click on that, that does all 6 of your sellers at once, so you don't have to make individuals. So like what I did was I updated all 6 of my email templates for all my seller types. And then I put every seller in my database on this automation, and it moved them off of the old one and put them on the new one. But what Julian picked up is if you click on the remove, see if they came in. So when you click on one of the removes, yeah, see it didn't come in. So you guys, if you're going to use this, you just got to reattach all the workflows in here, so it will work. So on the remove side, you're going to pick the version 5. On the add side, you're going to pick the version 6. And you can see what they are. There's expired, FISBO, pre-foreclosure. So you're saying remove them out of my old 5, put them in version 6.
Yeah,
So this is not set up properly.
Yeah, there's no workflow. So it says, remove workflow, but there's no workflow there. So you got to type in expired. Version 5. Version 5.
Version 5. Okay.
And then the one below it is where you're adding them to version 6. So see that one.
That's good.
Yeah, so you just
All of those
double
ones
check
came
all
through.
those boxes, make sure they're all set before you're done, then save.
I see. Awesome.
Now you can get everybody in your database and just send all my sellers. I search on sellers that are not active or DND, have an email, and then I move them all to the new automations.
All right, cool. That's all I have. Thank you.
Cool.
So you got to go through and check all of those, though, right?
Yeah, just check all those before you use this workflow. If you're going to do a holistic move all your sellers at once across all the 6 seller types. It basically did what I just showed James to do for expireds. I just did it as all 6 are in the same workflow. So it looks at the tag of the seller and says that this is a pre-foreclosure, goes down that path, and then removes them from pre-foreclosure 5 and puts them on 6. Campbell.
Hey, buddy, I'm going to share my screen. Let me show you what's going on. Okay, I am getting 0 open for my emails. There's 25
real
clicked.
quick, Campbell.
Yep.
Hey, Smarty, since we're doing the FISBO kit, should I remove that branch out of this?
Well, if you use the FISBO trigger link, then you're just pointing them to your kit. So the whole idea of the trigger link now, James, is you could just say all my FISBOs, I'm sending them to the seller kit. You just edit the URL that's in the FISBO trigger link. And if all the emails
we're talking
to the trigger link, then you could decide to change that later on. Like, oh, the kit's not working, I want to send them to the funnel. Then you just have to change the trigger link URL, and all your emails will work still.
Yeah, but we have a different workflow with different emails for our FISBO kit.
Yeah.
And this branch here is
for the version
generic
6
one.
emails. Yeah.
So should I?
Yeah, you could remove that. You could remove that FISBO branch.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
Campbell, I've never seen that. That looks really weird where you have clicks, but you don't have opens.
Yep.
How can that happen?
You tell me.
Yeah,
you're the smart one.
Yeah, let's look at the date ranges. Go to a different date range. See if there's like a pattern.
Okay.
So maybe
the last 7 days. Last month. This month. This happened when we had stuff shut down, and that's why you had all the fails, because they tried to send it out when it wouldn't go.
Yeah.
You go to today.
Are you
see what happened today?
Are you using the new email templates from 6 yet?
Yeah, I've been using the new one since it's kicked off this morning.
So just look at today's stats.
This is today.
5 and 5. So
would this have anything to do with those toggles that you have to click on and off for tracking?
Campbell, what if you click on the clicked and then go to those contacts, somebody in that contact, and see what it looks like?
Yeah. Open one of those guys up.
Crazy shit always happens to Campbell.
Yeah.
It shows they clicked
2 hours ago.
Yeah, but look,
click the email unsubscribe.
Look, but the email wasn't open.
Now, would it be because we've disabled the tracking on it to get better deliverability? Because you look here, You go back to your STMP service, the one that I'm using right here. What we check here to start with, domain settings, Marty?
Yeah, so let's look at domain settings.
See, that's off. Now, if I turn that back on, it will probably show it up. But that was part of what we were talking about, that if you use that, that is sending you into the spam file. Or am I incorrect about that?
Well, what Jonathan was saying is the more stuff we put in the email, like tracking links and other things like that, is just going to add more complexity in getting into the inbox.
Okay, so that's why I'm not seeing open tracking, because it's turned off here.
Turn it on and let's send some out and let's see if we get some results. So,
well, you're not going to get any results today, so
no,
we'd have to talk about it later.
send me an email and I'll open it. So send it to a couple of us. Oh, click them on. Let's do a test. Click them both on. And then go to contacts. And I think I'm in your system. You could send me an email and I'll get it in my inbox and open it. And then we'll look at your statistics.
John Smart.
Here we go. Send it to that Gmail.
I'll just open you up completely and just create an email from scratch. Email. Hello, Smarty. This is a test and only a test.
Here it comes. Landed in the inbox.
Okay. Now we'll go back to email services. Go back to email analytics. And go back to today.
See if he's there under clicked.
Try it again. See if it shows for today.
Look on click. Well, there's no click. I didn't click on anything.
Oh.
Yep. So here's what we could do. Let's go back. Go back to
Cookies.
you again.
Delete cookies.
Go back to Smarty. Go here. Send you an automation. Let's just go to one of the new ones, V6. Let's just go to expired listing. How's that, Smarty?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not putting you on a workflow. That's an idiot. Go to email.
Yeah, do an email.
Okay. V6. We'll just do number one. FISBO number one. Actually, let's do expired because they have clicks in them. Make sure. Is there a click here? Open up. Yep. A couple of ideas. Okay. Send the email. Test.
What are the ideas, by the way? Where are you sending them, Smarty?
Tell me when it comes in, Smarty.
Just got it.
Okay.
Clicked. Let's go into marketing strategies, Rob.
Yeah, but
And
what is that?
I opened up the.
There we go. One open and one click.
There we go.
So now it's doing it. Okay. So that's what that was. So then I just need to be patient and see what it does.
Yep. So everybody should check their email. Go back to where you were. Go to the SMS and show everybody where you set those. So
well, it's on by default. I turned it off.
Yeah.
Right here
We'll look at
under
is
domain settings. Right here.
Make sure those two are checked to be able to track opens and deliverables.
But Smart, here's the other thing. My accounts are not getting approved under the sending domains for Google, and I have gone in and I can show you right here that they've been added, and they've been added to the account. Move this out of the way. Campbell at Team Hay Gets It Sold. That's the one that it's going from, and all three are verified, but they don't show as verified here.
What's the message saying in yellow?
Campbell, so scroll up. There you go. So you got to go into, I ran through the same thing, and what I found, and I'm not 100% on this, but what I found is I went into Google Postmaster tool and I added all these to it, and now I'm tracking the rest of them there, and they say I'm okay.
It's what I went into. This is Google Postmaster Tools right here, directly. I went into the dashboard. It is the one that is for my correct account, the Campbell at Team Hay Gets It Sold, which matches this one right here, Campbell at Team Hay Gets It Sold. So I have added them in there, the Holmes, the Mail, and the Campbell dot. And so those are all there, and you'll see them here. Holmes dot,
Mail
Campbell dot, and Mail dot. So I've added all three of those in both places, here and there, and it's not, and it shows verified here.
Is that what you did, Tim?
Well, you're missing a bunch of stuff, so I'm trying to figure out why you're.
No, if you look, these are different domains, Tim. If you look at this one, this is one I'm
No,
getting ready to use.
Go back to Postmaster Tools. Go. Why is yours?
You just added those today.
You must be in the old version or something. That's what it is. You're in the old version. You got to get
it's the only version I had access to.
Let me open mine and see, because
no, yeah, see right there, Tim or Campbell, you're getting a message at the top of the window. We've updated our compliance status to a new dashboard or something. Did you open that?
Click that. See if if it does anything. There you go.
That's it. This is the new one.
So when you go up the top, select your domain. See them there? They're all green. So pick one. I click that one. Okay, everything's green. And then on the left-hand side, you can check your spam, depending if it has a history yet or not. See it up there on their compliance? Go up. Yeah, click that.
Spam?
Yeah, click on that. And so it starts showing you. So right now you're good because you're under 3%. You're under the 0.1%. It's been tracking you since a few days. Then click your, I think it's encryption.
That's the primary. Let me show you. The primary one that I'm using is this one right here, Home. So that is the one that's getting everything sent out of it right now. So you're correct. That's the one for Home. So that's the honey hole right now.
Now that you've added it here, go back and refresh that view on the Postmaster and go high level and see if Homes is now green.
Okay.
No, they won't be green, the other ones. I don't think the others can be tracked, even though it's got them in there, because mine's the same thing. I don't think they can be tracked except for the main domain.
Yeah, I think I'm the.
Is anybody
when you click on support guide, see on the right hand side it says support. When you click that, I believe it says that you have to go to Google Postmaster to do all those, which is what I did.
Have you ever run this through ChatGPT, Campbell?
I have not.
I have.
And it said the same thing?
Yeah, they verified it.
Okay, well, then it's just not going to show there, Smarty. That would be something you want to find out from the folks at Go High Level, why they have the option to add it here, but yet it won't report it there.
Not going to report it. Yeah, I'll ask them.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But still, I'm having, well, I guess 25 clicked is 1%. What are you guys seeing right now as click rate?
See here. Well, don't go by me.
Hey, Rory, tell everybody your statistics.
Hang on here just a minute.
I'm at, for the last 7 days, I'm 2% open, 1% click out of 7,000. Most of that was yesterday on Mother's Day.
Cool.
I'm getting 100. Today I had 117 delivered with 100% delivery rate. and 70, like right now I'm so what is this for the last 11 days? 79 opened out of 421. So about a little
What
over
about your
20%.
clicks? What about your clicks going through the links in the mail?
It shows 5 clicked, but I've got 79 opened.
Okay.
Hey, Campbell, would do
And
me a
I just
favor.
looked at my Postmaster, Campbell. What's interesting of mine is I have yellows on my other subs, but one of my subs is green. I don't know how I made it green.
My thought was to go back and actually add the buttons back in. I think I had better click rates with the buttons than I did without them.
Now, Smarty, here's one thing that the team needs to know. If you do what I did when you go to V6 and you put everybody in and you have the SMS on, you're going to hit a lot of your older leads when you're putting them back in there, and you're going to have more failed and more opt-out because of it. If I had done this a second time, I would have held off on turning the SMS on, except for the new ones coming in. I would have given time for all the old ones to go out and then turn on the SMS. Just as an FYI for everybody on the team. You probably won't have as many failures as I had
so
right
we could
here.
probably create a smart list on failures, because the failures are probably tracked on the contact record. There's got to be a filter we could have on the contact to create a smart list.
Because remember, Smarty, when we put them through the program and you have the SMS on, as soon as they go in, it triggers the SMS plan also.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you're going to reload people, I'm the guinea pig, and excuse my French, I effed up. Because I'm hoping to God the Twilio gods are not going to shut me down for that failure rate coming right out. And I'm thinking of removing everybody from it and then letting only people go in our new leads is what I'm thinking about doing, Smarty. Just removing every one of them out of there. Let's do that right now. Give me a way to do that. We will go into automations, I assume.
Yeah, share your screen.
Okay, I'll share my screen again. Now, this is something that's got to get fixed. Share my screen.
Hey, while he's pulling that up and sharing the screen, I'm like super excited because I just went and looked at mine. I had 5,600 emails delivered in the last week, 7 days, 9% open rate.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Okay, Smarty.
That's
how am I going to move these out?
8 clicks.
Were you under V6 there? Yeah, V6. Okay.
So Campbell, get out of here. You're going to create a brand new workflow to get him out of that workflow.
Okay, create a workflow right here.
Start from scratch.
Come on and do something for me.
Question for you. Can't he just go in there and when you see the big number that's inside of a stage, you just click that and you have a trash can right there. You could just take them out.
Yeah, but he's got 500 of them to do.
Well, they should all be pretty close to each other.
Doing what? Start from scratch, Smarty. Now what?
Now you're going to go in and first task is remove from SMS.
Are you doing that inside V6?
Do workflow.
Workflow. Remove from a workflow.
Not the current one. Another one.
Another workflow.
Get rid of that one
and
there.
The workflow is going to be
get rid of that task. And
SMS.
V6. Do V6.
Expired SMS V6.
Save.
Save action.
Publish and save.
Publish and save.
Then get out.
How do I apply it to those contacts?
Okay, well, name it. Name the workflow up top, so it's not workflow with numbers. So say expired, remove. Expired, remove SMS or something.
From expired.
SMS.
SMS.
There we go. And then hit save. And then go over to your contacts.
And do the ones that are in that workflow.
Yep. And then you're going to do a filter.
Filter, it's going to be...
No. Just do...
workflow.
Just say workflow. Active.
Workflow active is V6.
V6 SMS.
Expired SMS. Apply.
So you should have 500 and some in there.
500 exactly.
Right. Highlight them
because the
all.
others have been removed. Now click this. Now
Yeah.
apply them to the automation, and the automation is going to be
Remove.
expired, remove.
Type in removed. You had remove first. There you go. And then, okay, so that just pulled all 500 out of the automation.
And now all the new ones that come in will automatically go on it, but these are out.
Yeah.
So I won't have to worry with that. So now we go to bulk action.
But we
And it
removed
says
them
it's
from
complete. Now we go back to automation and go back to
V6.
SMS, V6. It's going to be the next page.
You're on V5s. Oh, no.
Yep,
Oh, no. They're all out.
They're all gone now.
Yeah.
Active enrollment, 0.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You picked the V6 expired SMS to remove them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
put them
no, they're
all
all
in there.
gone. So now what I'll do, Smarty, I'll go back to the workflow. Get rid of this. And do the remove and just kill it. There's no reason to keep it. So delete it.
Not that one. Oh, yeah. That's the one you don't want. Yeah, you can get rid of that one.
From the expired.
Yeah.
No reason to keep it. Just needs to go.
Yep.
Now it's gone. Thank you, sir.
Perfect.
So
that's
a good lesson for everybody else to learn from. So you don't end up with the failure rate from it. I never
the
even
whole
thought about
expires,
that.
and they're like, we don't want to see you. Look at my fireworks. Kathy.
Hey there. So,
I think I'm up there.
oh, Rob, you were first. Okay, go ahead.
Smarty. It's email stuff again. Can I share?
Yep.
All right. So first thing is, let's go to emails. So my main email is robdietrich.com, but I think there must be a previous sign in because I can't add the domain. I can't add my main domain.
Well, you should be doing a subdomain in the CRM, not your main domain.
Smarty, I think this happened to him and me. I lost mine that was mail one, and I can't add it back either as a subdomain, even though it's there and it's listed in the GoDaddy. And we told you about that before. I don't know if you ever talked to the folks at Go High Level about it.
Yeah.
Campbell,
Did
I
you,
think you have to
already
go
had
to
it in the system, Rob?
I think it was in the system at some stage. Yeah. I mean,
You have to go and delete the DNS that's in the like Namecheap or GoDaddy. You have to delete the domain, the DNSs that are pointing to that domain to Go High Level. Delete all that, and then come back.
Then you should be able to add it.
To do it. Because right now, when you go to add it, it's already seeing something pointing at it for that same domain. So it's not. It says it's already existing.
So let me go to main. Let me go here, and where we look at the
find
text
your-
records or CNAME.
Well, there's an A record. There's like 5 entries.
Is it name server?
No, there's actually 5 entries, Rob, that you have to look at. So if you go, I'll show you real quick how to go back to the CRM, go to your other email, and then hit the 3 dots and say verify domain. Those are the records you're going to need to delete. There's MX records, there's a CNAME, there's text records. So you got to find in your DNS and whack those 5 values.
I'm pretty sure I cleaned that up though.
Not these 5, but the ones from the one that
You mean this KRS, that one?
Well, it's a text record for the domain you're trying to add. You're not deleting these because you already have this email in your system, Rob. This one's verified.
Can I do it now?
Yeah, go back to GoDaddy and just find those records. But I'm bringing you here just to show you what you're looking for. So you're looking for text records, MX records, and a CNAME in your DNS.
And then I'm going to sorry, that again. It's over there. All right.
Why don't you look for those and delete them and then come back and try, and then we'll see if that works. Let me move over to Kathy in the meantime.
Julian, thank you so much for that advice, brother. I hope that fixes it.
I hope it does too.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
What am I deleting now? I don't want to be honest, I don't want to do much at all until I know what I'm doing here.
Well, what email you trying to add to the CRM?
This one.
No, but you're doing a subdomain.
Well, why can't I put my main domain on?
You never do it. If you read their articles and everything with Mailgun, if robdietrich.com is a Gmail inbox, that's why we're all using like mail.smarter.
Like so I need to add an mg.robdietrich.com,
Yeah.
is that right?
Yep.
Okay. But
yeah,
Smarty, if you added your main one, you would not be able to use your Google Workspace anymore for email, correct?
Correct. And you also you risk, ruining your reputation, because if this email gets blocked and now your main Gmail, you wouldn't be able to use your Gmail inbox.
Well, how do I? Okay, let me ask another question.
If you read their tech, when you go to add an email, there's a whole paragraph that says they highly recommend using a subdomain.
That's fine. So I'll get that sorted. But how do I then do the DMARC and the DKIM for this one? Where can I get that from?
It's already done.
No.
It is. It's certified. The box says it's done.
Okay, let me go to Easy DMARC here. I've got no DKIM on this one. Couldn't find a DKIM for .net.
But that looks like robdietrich.com. That's not a sub.
No, that's .net. So there's no DKIM, right? So the DKIM comes out of Go High Level through Mailgun somehow.
Well, when you're adding a email in Go High Level, those 5 entries they have you do in the DNS includes the DKIM, the DMARC, and the SPS.
All right. So do I go to here?
Did you change based on ChatGPT some requirements? Like if you go to do validate and hit validate down below and see if they turn red. So Mailgun's the authority because they're sending emails out. They say you're good to go.
Yeah, Mailgun said it's good to go.
Yeah.
But when I put it through Easy DMARC, it's not still giving me a 4 out of 10 because there's no DKIM.
If you look at your DNS right there, look at your DNS from Go High Level, hit the 3 dots and verify again and see if you see a DKIM record. So the DKIM will be in there. It's hard to, I can't see with the small print, but somewhere in there should be the DKIM.
There's no DKIM here. There's only 6 record. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 records.
Isn't that the DKIM at the top one is the DKIM?
I don't think so. That's
Look at the value. It says DKIM in the value.
Where? In here?
Yeah. Doesn't that top word say DKIM?
It says K equals RSA.
RSA. There's the SPS record and there's the DMARC. Go ahead and add a DKIM to your DNS in GoDaddy. Your email in here is good to go. But in Easy DMark, it's saying you don't have a DKIM, so just add a DKIM record to your DNS.
Okay.
And then go back to Easy DMark, and it should find it. You can use Easy DMark to get the DKIM that you need to add, Rob.
I thought that DKIM comes from Go High Level.
No, it doesn't. Like you don't get it from Go High Level. So you just go to Easy DMark.
Okay. I got an Easy DMark.
And then up in the menu, see where it says tools in the menu?
Yep.
Go grab your DKIM generator. That's DMark generator. You got to go to DKIM generator, Rob, in the tools.
Oh, okay. Sorry. DKIM generator. And just agree. Yeah.
No, what we want to do is go to ChatGPT and say, what should the selector be for Mailgun? And then the key, you just have to change the selector.
Okay.
Let me look, and I'll just ask ChatGPT real quick. I think it's just Mailgun.
Oh, you pick it. So maybe you just
do MG for Mailgun.
Is that Mailgun there?
Yeah, just do Mailgun. Just put in the word Mailgun there.
Okay.
And then it gave you what? No, don't do MG. Do Mailgun. Go back. Then say generate. That's your value. That's the DKIM value.
Put that into
Yep. And then up top, they gave you you're going to say new record. Text. In the value, no, the value is where you just copied. Put it in the value. And then go back to Easy DMark.
What's in here?
And Easy DMark tells you what to put it in there. Go back to Easy DMark. See right above that it says put a text record on Mailgun _ DMark right there. No, right above there. Yeah.
Oh, here.
Start with Mailgun, not the subdomain. Just go to Mailgun to the net. And then that goes in the other one. Yeah. And then hit save. And then say yes. And then go to Easy DMark and do another test. It may take a while to propagate, but it should see the DKIM now. They'll give it some time to propagate, Rob.
Yeah. All right.
Then you should be good. Kathy?
Okay. Now that I have the mega menu on my website, which I need to go in and change everything, because it has your information in it, not mine, to the website. I just got approved for Buying Buddy, and they already set up the plugin, so I can start adding the areas and stuff. But in the meantime, until I get all that done, how do I go back to the simple menu?
Yeah, so what we'll do is you go share your screen. Because the simple, everybody should have got a text from me on Friday about the simple menu for the mobile. We're going to use simple for mobile and a mega for the desktop. Because mega don't look good on the desktop. So if you hit your home page, edit your home page.
Marty, you got my email about my mobile menu being all wonky? Did you see that? I know.
I want to take a look at that with you too. So Kathy, what you'll do is click above hit the done button. So get that mega menu off, hit the done button there. What I want you to do is hit the plus sign on the top left.
Add elements.
Yep.
Okay.
You're going to go down till you see navigation. So go down in the middle section, go down there until you see navigation, or keep going.
Category navigation?
Nope. Keep going down. Keep going down. Keep going down.
Right here.
Navigation menu. Yep. You're going to drag it and put it above the menu that you're on. Put it above it and drop. So now that's a simple menu. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight it, and then you can change the background color to blue, get rid of the business name, grab your logo. Some menu items. And then what everybody can do, and this is how you do the mobile one, guys. So I gave you training on how to do the mobile. You're going to add a simple menu above the mega menu. You're going to format it the way you want. So I set mine up because, I have sub menus for my communities, for my counties. And then I have just listed and just reduced on the drop down for search. And I set up a simple menuing structure for mobile. It looks great now on my phone. Okay. What you do here is if you highlight down in the mega menu one, highlight like in the blue next to search, like just click anywhere in the orange. Get rid
anywhere in here?
No. Get rid of don't hit a menu item. Just click so the orange highlights. On the right-hand side, see where it says advanced? When you go to advanced, down below, slide down a little bit, you're going to see visibility, and it has desktop and mobile. So what you're going to do is you're going to unhide it from mobile. So unclick on mobile, so it's not going to show on mobile. And then if you don't want to show it on desktop right now, you can say hide it on desktop.
Okay.
So now it's not going to show at all. and now you can keep a simple one. But when you set up your simple one, keep it. And then like what everybody's going to do is for the mega menu, you say show on desktop, hide on mobile. And for the simple one, you say hide on desktop, show on mobile. So that way you have two menus running. And so now on that white one there, you can, if you click on the white box, if you look down below, there's a background color. You can make the background color your blue. So it blends in, right? The dark blue there.
Okay.
Right? Down below, there's more stuff on there. One will say there's like company name, and then there's a logo. If you go down a little further, there's the logo. Then you'll pick the logo you want. So now you have the logo. And then there was another one that said hide company. So I didn't want the company name because I already have it in my logo. And then at the very top, Kathy's where you have the menu items. So the menu, the one thing you have to do is go down a little bit further because the menu labels are blue. So if you go down below, color is the text color. That's bold. So you want to make that white. All right, because we're gonna get rid of business name. We're not gonna want that. But there's a checkbox on the right hand side to get rid of business name.
Okay.
So look down there, and there'll be something that says hide business or show company name or something. It may be on the advanced tab. Scroll down. I found it somewhere because I got rid of mine.
And it's not there.
It may be on general. back on general. That's the sub menu. On general, it's on that screen somewhere because I know I saw it and I turned mine off. Headline bars. Go to the main menu, not the sub menu. Right there, you're highlighting the sub menu down below. Go down a little bit. Click on main menu, and then go down.
There it is.
There it is. Yep. So that's gone. Then you're going to need to go down to the colors because see how about is white. So if you go down there, if you go down, there's a mobile colors and desktop colors. So see the word color
right here.
That's the words, I think. So if you click there and make them white, now the menus are white. Now you could also change the font and the size of the menu words. So you could change the font of those words. You could change the size of those words in the menu, and then up top is the actual menu, and you could change where everything goes. So if you go towards the top, see where it says home, about, team, contact. There's an add item button, and there's also 3 dots. So like if you want to change, the home to say sell or thinking of selling, you would just change the title to say thinking of selling. And then the go-to would be a page. And then you're going to pick your drop down and you're going to pick thinking of selling my home page up top. And then I always turn that off because you don't want it to go to another tab and then hit submit.
Okay.
So now you have thinking of selling, and then you could do thinking of buying. You could do about Kathy. If you have a blog, you're going to point it to your blog.
Okay. All right.
And there's 3 dots, so you can get rid of them. If you don't want a menu item, you can get rid of it by hitting the 3 dots and deleting it. See how the team is indented from about?
Yeah.
You could make a sub menu. So if they highlight about, you could have a list, and that's what I did for me because I have areas, and then the sub menu says Montgomery County, Bucks County, Delaware County. It has all my counties, and they're going to my county pages. So mobile device, it looks really good. So when you're on the mobile phone, you can say, let me see homes in Bucks County. It's one click on the menu. On the mobile device, it's going to look like a little hamburger icon. And when they hit the hamburger, then the menu pops up.
Okay.
So everybody,
Smarty.
what Kathy's doing, I sent an email out on Friday with a video training on how to do this. And it's also in the how-to library now. So if you search menu, you'll see how to make a beautiful mobile phone menu.
Okay. And thank you. The other thing, last thing, is on my about page here. Somehow that header image, I deleted it. And so I tried putting it back and it's not filling like yours is.
Oh, so what you want to do is you want to highlight because you're in the purple, you put an image in the purple box, not the box without below. So you want to get out of blue and
so
you want to find the outward, the biggest box, which is green. Another way to look at it, Kath, if you go to, there's a little, next to the plus sign on the, in the menu bar, there's like a little hamburger, like a stacked paper. Click on the stacked paper. No, not that icon. Go to the one to the right of it.
Right here?
Yep. That's going to show you your page more in a hierarchy. So and we can name all the stuff too. So we never name it. It says section, section, section. But if you click on that section, it should highlight all the green.
Okay. Yeah,
See,
there it is.
it's highlighted. And then on the right-hand side, pick a background image for green.
Okay. And background media. Okay.
And then you pick your background media. So now that's all going to be background.
Hey, Smarty,
Okay.
I don't see your email from Friday. Well, where would I find?
You know what? It wasn't an email. I think it was a text message because I found out late Friday mine was looking like shit. I'm like, oh God, I got to let everybody know. So I shot a quick video. But Tim, it's in the how-to. So if you go into the community, guys, and go to the how-to and just search menu, you'll see a video.
Marty, it definitely came up with a menu search. I just did it because I need to do the same thing. So it's there.
It's there. How to create a great looking mobile menu or something like that.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
Kathy, like what I did was you'd have to rebuild this whole section, but the section here is not filling the whole screen.
Right.
Green box is just, so what you would do if you wanted to have like the whole page to be an image, you're going to have to put another green box in there and move everything in there. You'd make it a full width. So if you just let me just show you how it works. But if you under the green, when you go down with your cursor below the green, there's a little plus sign in the green. Make sure you highlight the green, not the orange. There's a plus sign. When you hit the plus sign, see where it says full width?
Yeah.
That's going to be the full width. So now if you do a background image, the whole thing's going to be the image.
Okay. Then I got to move everything else.
And then you would move everything else up into that image, right?
Okay. All right. I'll work on that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? If not, we'll wrap up today. And
yes, Laurie and Steve again. Just a reminder, going back to the meta menus.
Yep.
Can you give me the templates for Canva?
Oh yeah. Yep.
You can put it in the community, you can put it in the chat, either way, whatever's easiest.
Yep.
Hey, Smarty, did you figure out how to make it all in one? Like if we have 9 communities, you can only show 6.
Oh, you could add 4 columns and go or 3 you'd go 3 by 3 by 3.
Okay.
Do you have 9?
Yeah, I have 9.
Yeah, I would go 3 by 3 by 3 or something like that. So when you're designing those drop downs in the mega menu, you add rows and columns to fit what you want in there. We could do a quick exercise, Francine, if you want. I'll go through it with you.
That's right. I want to pick your brain on the whole what you want me to play around with the templates for the email thing.
Yeah. The template, and I want to do the blog stuff with you because you gave me some really cool blog stuff. So you and I, let's find some time tomorrow because I'd love to sketch out a really nice looking blog.
Tomorrow it would have to be later in the day because we have Realtor Volunteer Day tomorrow, so I'm doing that in the morning, and then I've got my brokers involving me in changing CRM, so I've got that at 2 my time.
Smarty, quick question on the expired listing workflow.
Yeah, which the SMS email?
On the email, it basically under the if no email, I have gibberish under the retry, which I think is skip attempts or skip trace attempts.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
No, it shouldn't have Ghibli jobs. It's missing a connection.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you share your screen? We'll take a quick look at it.
Oh, I fixed it already.
Oh, you fixed it? Okay.
But yeah, I just had a bunch of garbage in there. So it basically goes send postcard, update skips, wait 5 days, check attempts, and then if garbage less than, on the retry. So I just changed it to skip attempts.
Yeah, that should work.
Okay.
What I was doing in the logic is I actually have a field on the contact record of how many times we tried to skip trace it, like time elements. So I had like an if, and it said if skip trace after like 2 attempts, which is like 15 days or whatever, I blow the person out of the workflow.
Right. No, I understand.
Yeah. So I had more like logic to say I'm going to try a couple times to skip trace them.
The only question on the other branch, does it make sense to check to see if they went active? So you stop
All
emailing them?
all my new expireds in V6 do that.
Where exactly is that being called? Because I'm just seeing it.
So the new SMSs that we put out.
On the no emails is what I was referring to.
Oh, on emails. I think I only have that at the top of the email if they went active.
No, it's just tag seller.
Let me see. Yeah, we should put some logic in there. Thinking about it, Jeff.
Right, because you want it to stop if they go
Yeah.
active.
But no, actually we don't have to Jeff, because I have the other workflow that when they get tagged active, I just shut off all automations. I D&D them. So they're not going to get anything once they're active. You don't have to put any logic in here. Thinking about it.
Okay, because the other workflow
triggers
shuts it
it
off.
and says shut everything off on the person.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys, if you need anything, Steve, let me get that link for you. I'll just put it.
If it's easier, you put it in the
Yeah,
community.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the, make sure it's in the Mega Menu training course under the video.
Okay.
So I'll do that right now. This is for, guys, if you don't know what Steve's asking, I have the template for my Mega Menu as a Canva template. And I'll just share my with everybody.
We're gonna wait on the survey one, right? We're still working on the survey.
The surveys are my funnels that I'm building.
Okay.
Are you going to put that in the chat, Smarty?
Yeah, put it right
Mega
now.
Menu.
Yeah. This is just the Canva templates, Rob.
By the way, Smarty, do you think, as you're finding that and adding it into the chat, do you think on the emails, remember I texted you this weekend about changing the actual click link, making it like a blue, like so it looks like a hyperlink?
Yeah.
Do you think just doing that will affect the deliverability thing?
I mean, we could try it for a week and see if we have any less. Like you just have what, 9% opens?
I had 9%, but I didn't change that on because most of those 7% on the Mother's Day email that went out, it was 7% open rate. So that's where a lot of those came from. But I just went through right now on all the rest of the seller theme ones and changed the hyperlink and made it look blue and didn't underline the percent, just the address.
I don't think the blue is going to have an effect. Because some of us, like Bob, left some of the buttons in and they're still going to the inbox.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. It's going to be there in a second, but it's in the chat too, but I have it. Oh, I already have it in the training, Steve. Thought I put it in there.
I think Mega Menu is coming up in multiple videos. So if you go to the wrong one of them probably is like in the masterclass stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
That may have been what I may have went to the wrong one. I just didn't see it. But thank you.
May have been when you did it, because I probably just did it like yesterday. Like, oh shoot, I got to put it in there.
Hey, Smarty, can I call you a bit later on just to talk about that meeting tomorrow?
Which meeting?
Tuesday evening.
Oh, yeah, the one Tuesday. Yeah, let's definitely talk on that.
All right, see you all later.
All right,
Thanks,
we'll
as
see you
usual,
guys.
for everybody for your feedback. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm anxious to see your results, Tim, of your simple email if we get to Gmails.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was just looking at it. It's already going through. It's already working, but I mean, I haven't seen any conversions yet.
Yeah, so guys, I'm just looking on the search. If you're in the course, if you type in mega, there's the replay, which was the mastermind. There's the unsubscribe setup, and then there's the how to create a mega menu. It's the how to create a mega menus that I have the templates, Canva templates.
Okay.
And then
Thank you,
the newer one I did was how to create a mobile friendly menu. And I put the word mega in there as well, only so you guys would find it when you're searching mega. So you know you have to do a mobile one. So I added that in the words.
Smarty, I just checked the probate inheritance and it's got the same problem with the gibberish tag. So it seems like it's across the board.
It's across the board.
Where are you guys getting those probate and inheritance leads from?
Leads? I do it manually by going to the website for the county.
Wow.
But I'm in smaller counties north of Milwaukee. So you can ATL all the leads is good. MTI, which is West Coast, is actually cheaper. But they just don't service the Midwest.
MTI?
Yeah, MTI. If you look up US probate services or just Google MTI leads probate.
You know, I don't have many more, but I was using Connected Investors PIN system. They had a great probate list.
Yeah, what's the other one that Josh likes? The skip tracing, or it's not really skip tracing, but it's the one the data source for like
PropStream.
PropStream. Yeah, PropStream actually can do it. That's on my list to try.
Yeah. PropStreams has a lot of data.
But yeah, I guess they can do probate pretty well. But yeah, if just check and see if you can see probate court via the county versus having to drive to the courthouse.
Yeah. Somebody, my friend said out here, he has somebody that he was doing for just a short amount of time, and that he had runners that just went and got it all, and then they skip traced and sent it to you. He said it was excellent data. So I'm thinking
Yeah,
about
they were going right to the courthouse. So
Yeah, but only one or two. You can only have a couple if he lets you have one.
yeah, otherwise you just got to do the mailings.
Yeah.
Cool.
Get them with the postcards. All right, guys, have a good night. Rob, I'm going to grab a quick bite and then
Yeah, let's have that call.
Let's get a call and talk about tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, because I got to get his email. I want to get a Zoom meeting out to him.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, cool.